Two storms are churning in the Atlantic right now: Hurricane Humberto, a powerful Category 4 system, and Tropical Storm Imelda, bringing heavy rain to the Caribbean. Forecasters are tracking both closely, because how these storms interact could decide where they go next, and whether U.S. coastlines will feel the impact. Let's break down the latest. As of early Monday, Hurricane Humberto was packing sustained winds of 140 miles per hour, a dangerous Category 4 hurricane moving northwest. Closer to the Caribbean, Tropical Storm Imelda had sustained winds near 45 miles per hour, soaking parts of the Bahamas and Cuba with torrential rain. Tropical storm watches and warnings remain in effect across the Bahamas, with possible flash flooding and mudslides. Even Florida briefly had a tropical storm watch, which has since been lifted. The big question right now is how these storms will interact. Meteorologists call it the Fujiwara effect, when two cyclones close together start orbiting around a shared center point. Sometimes they spin around and then move away separately. Sometimes one absorbs the other, creating a much larger storm. In 2020, Hurricane Laura absorbed Tropical Storm Marco in the Gulf of Mexico. Could Humberto and Imelda do the same? It's possible. But distance matters. If they stay far enough apart, the interaction could be limited. Even without a direct U.S. landfall, both storms pose risks. Humberto's massive swells are expected to create life-threatening rip currents and dangerous surf along the East Coast, from Florida to New England, starting this week. Meanwhile, Imelda is forecast to dump 6 to 12 inches of rain across parts of the Bahamas and eastern Cuba, with localized flooding and mudslides. Forecasters caution that the Carolinas could still see heavy rainfall through Wednesday, even if Imelda turns east and away from shore. One reason forecasters are on edge: rapid intensification. Humberto jumped from a Category 1 to a Category 5 storm in just over 48 hours, gaining more than 40 miles per hour in wind speed in one day. We've seen this before: Hurricane Otis near Acapulco in 2023, and Hurricane Milton last year in Florida. Both exploded in strength with little warning, leaving residents little time to prepare. With sea surface temperatures running hot, fueled by El Niño and climate change, rapid intensification is becoming more common. Governors in South Carolina and North Carolina have already declared states of emergency, mobilizing resources for potential flooding, storm surge, and wind damage. In the Bahamas, mandatory evacuation orders are in effect for parts of Abaco and Grand Bahama, with shelters open in New Providence. Even if Imelda eventually curves away, officials are urging residents not to underestimate the risk of inland flooding and coastal hazards. So, what's next? Imelda could strengthen into a hurricane by Tuesday. Humberto is expected to remain a major hurricane for several more days. Their proximity means the Fujiwara effect could still shift their tracks. The most likely outcome? Both storms curving eastward into the Atlantic, but the margin for error is still significant. In short, Humberto is powerful, Imelda is growing, and both deserve close attention. Even if they don't make landfall in the U.S., their waves, winds, and rains will still affect millions. Stay tuned to local forecasts, take safety alerts seriously, and keep your storm kit ready. And if you want more updates on hurricanes, severe weather, and climate science, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the latest. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.